Broadcasting live from the Subaru of Gwinnett studio in Atlanta, it's time for Gwinnett Chamber's monthly radio show, Open for Business, spotlighting the top chamber members in Gwinnett. Open for Business is brought to you by Veritech. Veritech, great people, remarkable service.
And welcome to Open for Business, the Gwinnett Chamber's monthly radio show on Business RadioX. We are broadcasting live from the Subaru of Gwinnett studios in Duluth, Georgia. Open for Business is brought to you by Veritech. Veritech, great people, remarkable service. Every month on this program, we highlight and spotlight some of the top businesses that are members of the Gwinnett Chamber of Commerce. I'm pleased to be your host, Johnny Phelps. I'm a realtor broker with Harry Norman Realtors and a former two-time Ambassador of the Year with the Gwinnett Chamber. Our guests today include Lauren Chaney and Ashlyn DiNardo of Birch Communications, Michael McClellan of Designs in Motion, and Courtney Spencer, Membership Services Coordinator with the Gwinnett Chamber. And we'll start with Lauren and Ashlyn. And communications can mean a lot of things from a lot of companies. What does Birch Communications do?
So Birch is the leading technology service provider of communications, broadband, cloud, and IT services. We serve small to enterprise businesses in all 50 states.
Wow. Well, so this is a pretty expansive network of operation you have. This is Lauren, by the way, we're speaking with. And so how did it grow? How did it come about?
So we started with, your basic plain old telephone lines. So for like your elevator lines, fire and alarm. And by acquiring different communications companies and through internal organic growth, we now can offer a variety of products all the way up to fiber and IT services.
Where are you based in Atlanta?
So we are off Interstate North Parkway in Marietta. Mm-hmm.
And what sort of clientele do you have here in the metro Atlanta area?
Pretty much everyone. We service everyone from small to medium-sized businesses all the way up to enterprise. So anyone is really a great fit for us. We tailor mostly to businesses that have between like 5 up to 200 people. Give
me an idea of the type of service, specific service that you would provide to a smaller company and how it might change as you go up to a larger company.
Okay, so smaller companies, like Lauren was saying, plain old telephone lines. We do POTS lines, so anything from phone lines all the way up to cloud services, which is what a lot of enterprise companies are going to now, moving their servers up to the cloud. So we provide everything from phone lines to a hosted phone system all the way up to cloud services.
Ashlyn, what's your communication background that brought you to Birch?
Funny story. I actually don't have a communication background. I came from just sales, so I knew I wanted to be in sales, and Birch just offers a great sales program, and technology is always going to be around. So,
Lauren, what brought you to Birch?
So I came from insurance, so kind of a big change. What brought me to Birch really was how open everyone was, throughout the interview process. I didn't feel like anyone was fake. They were all very welcoming, and it felt like a family at Birch. So, yes, it is a smaller company, and it's got that mom and pop feel, and that's how I felt when I walked in. So very welcoming and honest and upfront. So
we're talking with Lauren Chaney and Ashlyn DiNardo of Birch Communications. Can you give us a sense of the departments that are involved within your company? And obviously you're account executives, so you're out in the field, but how is the company set up within your framework?
So in our corporate office, because there's we've got our data centers and all of that all scattered throughout the United States. So in our corporate office, there's HR, the CEOs on the top floor. Our marketing department is on the same floor as us. And then also we are direct sales. So we're mostly outside meeting with clients. And then we've got our inside sales, which are our solution advisors. And then they're next to us. So then the marketing is on the opposite side. And then we've got our IT department on the third floor. So it's kind of, you've got a bunch of things going in our corporate office. So which is nice about the corporate office is that everybody's there, and if we need anybody, whether it's engineers or IT guys, they're right there to help us out.
Yeah, we have our sales engineers that are also right next to us.
Okay.
So they assist.
You mentioned solution advisors.
Yes.
That's an intriguing title.
Well, when you go on discovery meetings and appointments with people, we're going as a consultant. We're going to see what their setup is, what they're currently using in their office, and it's not one product that we're selling, it's a solution. So it's a business solution to see what best fits their needs, whether it be a new phone system or going to the cloud, moving their information to the cloud. So solution advisors, they reevaluate accounts, current customers, and they see what we can help them with, if it's an upgraded product, because some people are still on, older systems. And so they're kind of reevaluating our current customers to see what more we can help them with.
Do you find that people understand the cloud now a whole lot more than might have 18, 24 months ago?
Yes and no.
Okay, it's still a process, right?
It's still a process. It'll continue to be a process, but that's why we're here.
Right.
What sets Birch apart from other communication companies that provide similar services?
So I would say our quality of service. We, strictly sell dedicated products, so it's dedicated only to your suite. It doesn't matter if your neighbors have Birch or any residential areas have Birch. It's strictly dedicated to your suite. So our quality of service, we guarantee 99.99 uptime guarantee of quality of service. Wow. So a lot of companies, vary with that. So I think our quality service would probably stand out the most.
You indicated that you're nationwide, yet is Atlanta and Metro Atlanta your base of operation?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
How did you become involved with the Gwinnett Chamber, and how has that worked out for you?
Well, I am from Snellville,
okay,
originally, so I've grown up around Gwinnett my whole life, and I know that we are members. Birch is a member of the Gwinnett Chamber, and me and Lauren became, when we first started at Birch, we just kind of wanted to get involved in, as much as we could, and the Gwinnett Chamber just seemed like an awesome opportunity.
How's that worked? Pretty well, I bet.
Yeah, it has. It has, keeping us busy.
Yeah.
We love it.
Well, I'm sure the company loves that too.
Yeah.
For people who are interested in, who may be listening and saying, wow, that sounds like something that I need to talk about, how could they get in touch with you and talk about Birch and what you can provide them?
So they could reach out to us, with our email or our direct contact information, or they could really go onto the Birch website and be able to type in whatever department they'd want to locate. So if they wanted to get in touch with us, they would search like direct, account executive. They would be able to. What's
the actual website?
www.birch.com, birch.com.
BIRCH. Well, that's simple enough. And I gather, as you point out, Lauren, different areas within your company are there for them to search whatever they need.
Right.
Okay.
And they can reach out just if they want to see, want us to come out and just do, consultation pretty much, just to see what their setup is and if we can provide any services.
Is there a phone number or an email address that you might suggest for someone who's interested in getting in touch with you with respect to?
They could reach out to either one of us. We tend to go on meetings together and help each other out, feed off of each other. But my email address is Ashlyn, ASHLYN, DiNardo, DINARDO, @birch.com. And Lauren? And
mine's Lauren, LAUREN, .Chaney, CHANEY, @birch.com as well.
Very good. Lauren and Ashlyn, very good. Thank you for filling us in on Birch Communications.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Now let's move to Michael McClellan of Designs in Motion. Michael and I have been fortunate enough to know one another for a number of years, and I know you've been a part of the Gwinnett Chamber for a period of a pretty good while, right?
For a pretty good. I'd say on and off probably for about 15 years.
Give me a sense of Designs in Motion and what you provide clients.
Well, as I always say on Fridays when I'm at the Chamber, Designs in Motion is a full-service creative design firm. We love helping companies with all things creative, visual communications. As I say, we enhance the way your business communicates. That's our tagline. I mean, we help companies with so many different forms of communication, making sure that their visuals stand out above their competition.
Branding is key, is it not?
Branding is most definitely key. And
what areas do clients come to you for branding that you can take care of?
Well, over the last couple of years, we've dealt with a lot of companies that are in the startup phase to some of those that have already been in business for a number of years. And they either are looking to, those that are in startup phase, they're looking to brand themselves altogether. For us companies that have been in business for a while, they might be looking to rebrand. And, we may go in and consult with them and find out what they're using to communicate who they are, from their business card to their website to their corporate collateral, from brochures and things like that. A lot of times we've gone in and we've found out that all those things are all over the place. So what we try to educate them on is, when they're trying to brand their business, we say, look at a company like Coca-Cola, Nike. All the things they use to communicate their business are going to be consistent in that brand, that message, and we try to let them understand that their business can be the same way. So whoever they are, whether it's a small mom and pop, it doesn't matter to us. We want to make sure that their message is staying consistent, their image stays consistent, even down to the colors. I mean, we've done work with Coca-Cola, and if you're not using the Coca-Cola red, they don't accept that. They don't accept that work.
Certainly.
So that's.
Give me a sense of I mean, for someone who's had your company has been around for a good while. How has marketing changed, and how have you had to evolve with technology and all sorts of things that have migrated over the years?
Oh, it's changed tremendously. From when I got started, I think the apples were just coming out. When I got into the field, we were still doing pay stubs and for magazines and print ads. I mean, really, we had to go in and actually paste the design up. To now, where when things came out that were more user friendly for designers, programs like Quark Express or now InDesign, we can design and lay all those things out a lot quicker, and so we're able to work more efficient. And just with the way the internet has exploded, our businesses, everybody wants to be found online, or now we have social media. There's so many different aspects of marketing your business that can be done now, and so you're sort of like getting away from print media. A lot of companies are trying to do more things online and trying to get away from print. But what I found, people still want something in their hands. You got to have those things that you're gonna, I always say your first line of attack is going to be your business card. So so that's something that's printed. So marketing has just changed in so many different dynamics over the years, and we're just trying to find different ways to keep up.
We're talking with Michael McClellan of Designs in Motion, and you're listening to Open for Business. This is the Gwinnett Chamber's monthly radio show. Michael, when someone comes to you as a new client, where do you start? I mean, they have perhaps an idea of what they might want. However, it might not be exactly what they need. Where do you start with them?
Right, and what we do is we generally sit down with them and find out what their needs are. As that potential client is talking to us, I mean, generally a lot of ideas just start popping into our heads. I mean, being creative people, I say my wife likes to tell everybody I get paid to color, but
as long as you stay in the lines, right?
Stay in the lines. Actually, I go outside the lines sometimes. But for me, it starts there. Really, a lot of the ideas actually come from what my potential customers are telling me, what they're looking for. Ideas start sketching out ideas or thinking of ideas, jotting down some notes. But then we'll go back and we'll give them a proposal based on what they said they're looking for. And our proposals generally looks like a menu. But we always say these are different phases of what you're looking for, but this is probably where you want to start. If they don't have any branding at all, we always say start with your brand. Build your brand first. All the other things can be built around it. But that's generally where we would start. And from there, all the other pieces, like we say, we generally start to put the puzzle together from their corporate collateral, their business card, their brand. If they need a website, we can help them with that. And then help them with all areas of social media. As I said, as the industry has changed, we had to find different ways to make sure that we evolve our business to make sure that we can stay in business and help them with different things that that they need. With the internet and with some of the new programs that have come out, some companies are trying to say, just about anybody can be a designer or can be a web developer. you really want to refuse. I refuse to believe that, because not everybody has a creative eye. I always say, if you're going to work with a designer, make sure you're working with somebody that's going to give you conceptual ideas, not somebody that's just going to give you that one design and say, here you go. You hired somebody to design a logo for you, and some people have really sort of like gotten ripped off because they work with companies that just aren't very reputable. And like I said, they're showing them one thing when they really should be showing them multiple things, because you're the designer, and it's your job to help that customer bring that idea out. And so those are some of the ways that we would generally start out that process.
How did you get started in marketing and branding?
Well, I got started in as a lot of you guys know at the Chamber, and as you know, Johnny, I'm a former member of the University of Tennessee football team. I
was going to give you that opportunity, Michael. Very good.
He knew the orange was coming. I'm also known as the big orange man in the room we're at the Chamber. But I grew up. I just grew up sort of like doodling and sketching in my books. I always knew I had a knack for art and being creative, I just wanted to do something with that. So I'm musically inclined, but the art side sort of won over. So I got started, like I said, at the University of Tennessee. Found out about their design program. Originally went to a school in Kentucky. They didn't really offer design and marketing, which is what I wanted to get into. But when I found out about the design program at the University of Tennessee, that's where I decided to come back home and take on that course and learn about more design and learn about how to put things together very creatively, and it just won me over. So
it strikes me that it can be very rewarding for you to start from ground zero and from scratch for a particular client who maybe has a concept, and take them all the way through the plateaus that you've been outlining, and get them to a point where they become successful with their marketing and branding. I can imagine that's pretty rewarding for you.
Oh yeah, it's very rewarding. It gives me a great sense of pride to know that we were able to help companies start that were starting out with their just had a name or a concept, and we were able to put together visuals that better communicated who they are and what they did. To me, that's extremely rewarding.
What's your chamber experience been like?
Oh, my chamber experience has been amazing. Like I said, for on and off for like 15 years. I mean, that's a lot of great relationships. My chamber is my second home. My wife likes to say it's my cult home. But like I tell her all the time, I said, I can't beat the chamber for the relationships that it's given me and the experiences that it's given me. I've met a lot of great people at the chamber. I continue to meet a lot of great people at the chamber, and I continue to advise people and try to get them to come to the chamber if they're starting a business and they're not involved. As I tell them, I said, look, that the Gwinnett Chamber has a lot to offer a business. When I first found out about the chamber, actually, I was calling on the chamber as a print rep for a printing company. And when I found out about all the different services that they offered, I was like, man, I need to apply this to my business. And so I quickly did, actually. I stepped away from the printing company, and I started my business full time.
How about that? Give us, how can people get in touch with you, Michael? What's your contact information in the best way?
Best way to contact me is through my website, designsinmotion.net. Or you can email me directly at mike@designsinmotion.net. And it's always designs with an S, then I-N, and motion.net.
Very good. Michael, thank you. Faratech is an authorized HP and Xerox dealer that also sells and services all leading brands of toner, printers, copiers, and computer hardware. Faratech has certified service technicians that provide on-site service and a delivery team that offers free local delivery and pickup 5 days a week. For more information, visit faratech.com. That's FARRATECH.com. I'm Johnny Phelps, and you're listening to Open for Business, the Gwinnett Chamber's monthly radio program. And representing the Chamber with us today is Courtney Spencer, Membership Services Coordinator. That's a nice title. What does the membership? I have a sense, but a lot of people. This is an opportunity for you to let us know exactly what membership services coordinator means and does.
Oh gosh, the membership services coordinator. It does basically what the title says: services for our members. One of the things that I do is I'm responsible for a lot of the events that the chamber holds, such as business after hours, Gwinnett working, member orientation. I'm also responsible for the Drugs Don't Work program, the ambassador program. So my title and what I do is all about helping businesses to thrive, getting them in front of the right people in order to do business.
Now, I know you've been with the chamber for a year, maybe less than.
Actually, it feels like about 5. Because you just do so much.
That's right.
But I've been there about 7 months
Okay,
now.
give us an idea of your background prior to the Gwinnett Chamber, because I know you had some Chamber of Commerce experience otherwise.
Absolutely. I actually lived in Albany, Georgia. I'm from Columbus, Georgia. Shout out to the Fountain City. I lived in Albany, Georgia for about 10 years, and I achieved a degree in vocal performance while I was there. So my background is in music. But while I was there, I really became attached to the city of Albany. And through that, I just really wanted to do more for the businesses. And so I ended up working at the Albany Area Chamber of Commerce. So I was there for about 3 years. And I was the member relations coordinator there. I also worked in tourism while I was there. So really varied experience with the Albany Chamber.
So after you're there, what brought you to the Gwinnett Chamber?
It's funny because, as I said, my degree is in vocal performance, and I'm a musician and an artist to my heart and to my core. And so I wanted to try my hand at actually teaching in the classroom. And so I came to the great county of Gwinnett and moved up here and taught for a year at one of the elementary schools, one of the largest elementary schools in the state of Georgia. Loved it, but I just felt as though that wasn't where my true niche was within the classroom. I still teach privately, but in the classroom just wasn't my particular niche.
Community work, more expansive community work was something that you wanted.
Absolutely. And so I was very honored to be able to be brought on with the Gwinnett Chamber of Commerce.
You mentioned so many of those programs that you're a part of, which means you wear a lot of hats.
Yes.
How do you separate your time to take care of it? And you get it done. I know that you do, but it strikes me that you've got to be pretty diligent to make sure that everything, all the I's are dotted and the T's crossed.
Absolutely. And I'm honestly very extremely detail oriented, and you have to be with all the different programs. Everything is so varied, from Drugs Don't Work to business after hours to, it's just a lot. And so really just time management and just having a timeline throughout the month and saying, okay, what gets done during what time. So it's so much fun, though. So much fun.
How about the rewards that you feel?
Oh, gosh. The rewards that I feel being the membership services coordinator is when you hear a business say, gosh, Courtney, I've seen this return on investment from being a part of the chamber or going to this particular program. And gosh, I got hooked up with this person. They helped me with my business, or I got this business out of that. And so for me, that is the biggest reward, a part of this position.
I think a lot of people who are listening to us may be aware of some of the programs that you mentioned, but others may not. If you could sort of give us a little bit of information with respect to Gwinnett Working, Business After Hours, Drugs Don't Work, those that you mentioned.
Oh, absolutely. Gwinnett Working is an awesome program that we have every Thursday, every Friday, right there at the Gwinnett Chamber in the education room. It's an opportunity for different businesses to get up in front of a room full of other business owners or business people, salespeople, event planners, and really talk about what it is you do, why it is you are unique, why your service is great. And it's great for lead generation, great for relationship building, and even one of the aspects of Gwinnett Working is you get a chance to get up and do a 30 to 35 second spiel on what you do. And so it gives you an opportunity to practice your elevator speech and how you would communicate your vision, your mission, and what you do to others. So it helps you in business as well as gathering and developing those relationships. So Gwinnett Working is great. Gwinnett Working works. That's what we say.
Very good.
Business After Hours, it's a larger forum, anywhere between 175 to 300 individuals within Gwinnett County as well as Metro Atlanta. We go to different places across Gwinnett County and give these businesses exposure by bringing in an influx of members and non-members of the Gwinnett Chamber, give gives them exposure, gives the people who actually participate, gives them an opportunity to meet different people, network, mingle, and really talk. Opens up the lines of communication. So that's really what
it's a bit more casual.
It's a bit more casual.
Than Gwinnett Working.
Now, mind you, those of you who have actually participated in Gwinnett Working, we have fun, door prizes and all. But business after hours is, of course, after hours, so it's a little bit more relaxed and gives you an opportunity really to talk with other business owners and business people. Member orientation, that is something that we hold once a month. And anytime you join any organization, anytime you join a group, it is important that you get the basics of what that organization is about, how it got started, how it came to be, and how you can better serve and how you can garner more information and how you can benefit from being a part of that organization. That is what member orientation is all about. It gives our members a chance to say, okay, I made this investment. What do I need to do in order to better my business, get more exposure, and what things do I need to connect with in order for my business to thrive? And so one of the great things about member orientation is that Dr. Dan Kaufman, the president and CEO of the Gwinnett Chamber, gets a chance to really talk to our members, as well as Vince DeSilva, the senior vice president of membership services. He hosts and facilitates the meeting and really talks to our members and tells them about all the different programs that we offer. Drugs Don't Work it's really connected to the state of Georgia. Workers' compensation, we're really that bridge and really giving our members different newsletters and things of that nature, just so their workplaces can be drug-free workplaces. The Ambassadors Program, just going down the list here, Johnny. Right. The Ambassadors Program, gosh, a great group of people that I have the opportunity to serve with. The Ambassadors Program is a group of men and women that are there to be standard bearers for the organization. They are there as a resource to all of our members. They're seasoned members of the chamber. We ask that you be a chamber member for more than a year, but many of our chamber members have been members for 18, 20 years. They're just there to be a resource. They're volunteers for the chamber. They're darn near employees of the chamber. They're always helping. They're always pushing. They're always supporting our members and our staff. And so, of course, we're very appreciative for our ambassadors. Thank you, Johnny,
for
everything that you do. So that's just something. Oh, and I'm also at admin. I work directly out of the office of Vince DeSilva, so I'm also his admin as well.
I think people can tell you're pretty passionate about the Gwinnett Chamber of Commerce.
Absolutely.
Well, that passion shows, and not only in your explanation, but your work too. So, Courtney, thank you.
Thank you.
How can people, if someone is listening and say, wow, I think I need to talk to this lady, how can they get in touch with you?
Oh, gosh, I'd love to hear from you. But my email is Spencer, SPENCER, at GwinnettChamber.org. You can also reach me at 770-232-3000. Okay, love to hear from you.
Very good. Courtney Spencer, Membership Services Coordinator with the Gwinnett Chamber. Let me go back and get one final opportunity for Lauren and Ashlyn. If you'll review those that website and email addresses once again for people who might want to touch base with you in Birch Communications.
Okay. Once again, Birch Communications, our website is www.birch.com, and my name is Ashlyn DiNardo. My email address is Ashlyn, ASHLYN .DiNardo, DINARDO @birch.com.
And Lauren Chaney, it's LAUREN.Chaney, CHANEY @birch.com as well.
Michael McClellan, Designs in Motion. Give us your information one more time, please.
All right, Mike McClellan. The email is mike@designsinmotion, DESIGNSINMOTION.net. The phone number is 404-455-1696.
Well, I want to thank all of you for joining us today. You've given us wonderful insight into communication, marketing, and the chamber. And these are the kind of programs that are easy. It's just a conversation here to find out more about what we do. And I thank you all for being here. And I thank you for joining us on Open for Business, the Gwinnett Chamber's monthly radio show on Business Radio X. Open for Business is brought to you by Faratech. Faratech, Great people, remarkable service. Don't forget, we broadcast live on the fourth Friday of every month at 11:30 in the morning, but you can listen to any of our shows anytime by visiting GwinnettBusinessRadio.com. All our shows are also available on iTunes. Till next time, I'm Johnny Phelps of Harry Norman Realtors. Heck of a great day.